What's up YouTube? Brandon here with another creative church hack. Like I mentioned in the last video, we build almost all of our carts, for the exception of a couple, our amp cart, our soundboard cart, and a couple of our refreshment outdoor carts. Those are built out of 2-inch square tubing, but all of our other carts are built out of 1-inch square tube, and so is this one. This one was built for a very specific purpose. That's why there's this weird opening in the middle of it. And what this is our children's media cart. And so the space that we're in, our children's environment, there's a projector already mounted in the ceiling, but we bring in our own audio equipment and all of that sort of thing. And so what we did is we built a cart so that they could just come in. They can hook their laptop up here in the middle. All of their connections are here in this drawer, and I'll show you the drawer here in just a second. But their soundboard is in here. There's a lighting console as well as their wireless microphone, receiver, and transmitter, and all of that stuff is here in the cart. And so it's really easy for them just to walk in. There's a cord that flips up right up through here, through the angle on the side of this plate, or on this little wooden deck here. And then they plug this into the HDMI on the computer. And then down there on the side, we have a jack where they plug in and run, I think it's VGA actually, up to the projector that's already in the space. All of our carts are based on basically 3 dimensions. And the first dimension is it had to fit in the trailer. The second dimension is we wanted it to be able to, most of them, to be able to fit through a single door. So if we ran into a space where they're going into a room and there's just one door, it's narrow enough to go through a single door, so that dictates the height. That also dictates the width. And the third thing, and you can see down here on the bottom, that we used are these black and yellow totes from the Home Depot. That's what all of our loose gear, I might be able to set you down. All of our loose gear equipment fits in those boxes from Home Depot. And so all of our carts are set to the dimensions where those totes will fit in. The majority of our carts, those totes will fit 4 high with a little space at the top. And then we just use a chain with a carabiner that we've welded down there at the bottom with a ring on top. And in this case, it keeps the totes in the cart, and it also keeps the drawer closed. It keeps it from sliding out when it goes on. So the reason this deck is here is so that the operator can sit here and run ProPresenter. They could change the light settings from inside the board, and usually they'll operate with the board, or with the drawer pulled out a little bit. They have access to the lighting controller and to the soundboard, which runs audio from the computer, ProPresenter, and from the Family's Pastor wireless mic. And so this is open through the middle here where they can see her. They're not obstructed by anything. And all of our carts pull double duty. And so this one has a thicker sheet of plywood on the top. It's set inside some 1-inch channel. It's not 1-inch box. And down here, I'll see if I can tilt you down just a little bit. There's a step welded here. So 1, 2, 3. You can actually put somebody on the top of this cart, and we use them to adjust the pipe and drape. And we also hang 10-foot by 8-foot printed banners in each of the children's environments. We hang them from the grid in the ceiling. And so we are able to use this, they can use this as a ladder to climb up and to make those adjustments. All right, I'm going to give you a little closer look at the drawer here. And so what we did is we mounted a power strip on the inside, and we have our speaker amp, all of our wall warts. We use, and I'll show you in a second, so here's our speaker cords and all that kind of stuff. We use security cameras in all of our children's environments, and so here's one of the security cameras, and we just set it up here on the roof. Our security team comes in and does that, and then they make their connections down there, but all of that stuff is plugged in there also. The Family's Pastor's wireless microphone is in here, and so here's her transmitter. All of our lighting in all of our environments, we use these wireless DMX, and if you saw the last video that we used on the do-it-yourself lighting truss, you'll see a link that posted for these. I'll try to post one in the description below, but we use all of those in our environments on different channels so that we're not running DMX cords across the room. And then this is a Behringer, what is it, 7 or 8 channel board
and I think we only use 2 or 3 of these channels on a regular basis. And so down here on the bottom side, I mentioned that we have our totes. We have some cups that we give away to guests. We have an amp for the sound system that's actually bolted to into the side of the cart. And then around here on this side, all of our carts, again, we got most of these from Amazon, but they have a power in, and I'll grab a cord here so that you can see. We take power cords, and all of our carts are powered in, like so, and then they just get plugged into the wall, and that powers everything. Inside the cart. These are amped, coming out of the amp into the back of that plug, and then one of our volunteers will just plug into that, and then we'll go plug into the speakers that are in the room. And the last thing is, this is VGA out of the cart, and so that allows, like I said, in that particular room, that is a VGA operated projector already mounted in the ceiling, so we plug HDMI, we convert it, and then that runs VGA out to the projector, and then we use our own audio from there.
So we use the jacks on the side of the cart for really 2 reasons. Number one, it saves the audio jacks or the video jacks, and it allows us to keep everything plugged in inside the cart. So it speeds up setup time tremendously. And the second thing is, it allows a volunteer who's not really familiar with how all of the equipment works to be able to walk over and plug the power in, plug the computer in, the VGA in, and plug the audio in, versus handing them a soundboard and saying, here's how you plug all of this stuff together. And if you look on that, I mean, there's connections and plugs and knobs and stuff all over the place, and it can be a little bit daunting. So if you look on the side of this cart, there's only 3 connections for those express purposes. We are excited about how we've been able to simplify the process. We hope that we can share this information with you, and that it's meaningful to you no matter how you choose to use it. If you have any questions, you can leave them in the comments section down below. It would help us greatly if you would like, comment, share, subscribe to this video, and subscribe to our channel. That would be awesome. I hope you have a great week. I hope this helps you be creative in your context, and I look forward to seeing you again real soon.